Mass Effect. So this is a pretty old figure from ThreeZero. It's Legion from Mass Effect 3 or 2. Doesn't really specify which game it comes from, but he looks the same in both games. This is the exclusive version, so with this exclusive version, you only get like the M98 Widow, which is like an overpowered sniper rifle in the game that only fires 3 shots at a time. So here's the box, pretty generic. It has artwork from Mass Effect 3. Because you could see Reapers making landfall on a planet, so the invasion basically begins. So it has to be Mass Effect 3, right? So yeah, that's the box. Yep. Let's take a look at this robot Geth thing. Yep. And here he is, Legion, the beat up Geth shepherd stalker robot guy. If you don't know the story for Legion, he is, I don't know, he's like a different type of Geth. He's more individualistic than the rest. He basically scrounged up Shepard's armor somehow when Shepard died in Mass Effect 2, and he basically, I don't know, forged it onto his synthetic body, I guess. He has a huge hole in him. His backstory is kind of vague, not vague, but it eludes me a bit because I kind of forgot what his deal was. Basically, he helps the Shepard and the Normandy crew, and they have that whole spiel about him being different, how him trying to save his own collective and not try to merge with the Reaper collective. You don't need to know a story about that. Let's take a look at this figure. It's a pretty long and detailed backstory, so if you know Mass Effect, then you already know the story. So here he is. He's all hosed up, and when ThreeZero does something, they do it really, really well. By far, from afar, Legion, this figure looks amazing. Like from this distance, he looks like he just jumped out of the screen. But unfortunately, when you zoom in and you start looking at him carefully, you start to see some little laziness from this company. You start to see like his pegs for his hands. There's no way to cover it because his little synthetic sleeve thing only goes so far. So when you have him bend his elbow or something, you can see the green peg. Yeah, the peg is green for some damn reason. And some of the sculpt is a little bit here and there. It's like his hips. It's a little, it's a little lazy when because I know ThreeZero. I know what they can do. 3-0, 3A, Ashley Wood stuff. I know what they can do. And when I saw this, I knew they could have done better. They could have done way, way better. But you know what? I got this at a deep discount because the store I bought this from had this for years and nobody wanted it, so I got it. And he's a pretty cool character. He's a pretty sympathetic character, this guy. You feel bad for him because he's like, I don't know what to do. Can you help my little collective family get away from the Reapers? Yeah, so this is him. He comes with some accessories, and you know what? Let's take a look at them. Gas gun, Black Widow, antenna, hand. So here's the stuff he comes with. It's not a lot, but you know what? In the game, he doesn't really come a lot to begin with. So yeah, I'm pretty satisfied with the stuff he comes with. So let's take a look at his Geth gunny guns. I really like the Geth design in Mass Effect. They're very, very round, cylindrical, cockroachy looking things. It's very specific to their race or their class. Like, it's a Geth gun or a Geth tool when you see it, because it has that very iconic, rounded look. So this is his gunny guns. Makes you know, it's kind of weird that Geth are mechanical, right? So why would they want? What do they need? Like, why can't they infuse this into their hands or arms? Why does it need to be loose so Shepard can pick it up and kill them with it? Like I said, you know, I'm not really, because when you look closely, you could see, like, you know, they skip some parts here, like the background or the back of the hose. They could have just add some detailing here, except it's just a flat piece of plastic. I mean, they could have done a lot more. I mean, if they're basing this off of a 3D model, like 1-to-1, I mean, I think you're allowed to have some creative input. Like, you could add your own little flair to it. I mean, this is just because, you know, there's nothing there. There's no detail inside. It's just a boring black background. Well, it's a pretty old figure, so I guess I could forgive him for that. So yeah, this is the Geth machine gun. And this is the exclusive that you get. This is the exclusive gun you get when you buy the exclusive, the Black Widow, the overpowered sniper rifle. It fires 3 shots in the game, and if you hit, I mean, it's a guaranteed kill if you get a person in the head with this thing. I forgot. I know it's 3 shots, but I don't know if you could carry how many clips, because it runs out fast unless you have some upgrades or something. I don't really use this particular sniper rifle because it's so slow in reloading. So I would rather prefer the rapid fire sniper rifle because I'm running around. I'm not a patient gamer. I run around when you have Geth on your ass. So yeah, this is the exclusive you get, the Black Widow. It's very nice. Weathering, detailing, all that is there. There is no complaints on my side on this thing. This thing is a real deal. Okay, then we have his little antenna. This comes separate with Legion. You basically just peg this into his back and you're good to go. So this is, I guess, for him to contact or make communications with Shepard or his little Geth buddies. Yeah. And then we have 4 pairs of hands. Let's see. So we got a pair of open hands. I don't know if this is weathering or not, the paint work here. Like, maybe it's scratched off over the years because I haven't been storing it properly, but I think it's weathering. Man, their hands are really creepy. Like, they only have 2 fingers and a thumb. Okay, moving on. Then we have the trigger. I guess these are trigger hands if you choose to have it on the right side or left side. They hold the gun pretty well, but again, since it only has 2 fingers, it's pretty loose when fitted the guns onto his hands. Let's see. Let's go off screen. So yeah, it's pretty loose. It doesn't really grip well. It's pretty loosey-goosey. So, you know, I don't blame ThreeZero for this because Legion only has 2 fingers, so you can only grip the gun so much. So yeah, this is the stuff he comes with. So let's kit Legion up with all this accoutrement. So here's Legion all kitted out. Unfortunately, he's not very well articulated. No, this is the most I can get him holding his gun. I can't have him aim down the barrel. He's basically just holding it. He's not really wobbly. It's just this stool I have him on is starting to wobble. Don't know why. But yeah, so that's Legion. There's his antenna. You just stick it in his back and he's good to go. He lights up actually. He has some light up features, but I don't have the batteries or the inclination to put batteries in him. If you watch my other videos, I don't like putting batteries into the figures because I had numerous incidences where because the batteries here for some reason they leak easily. I mean, after 2 weeks they start leaking, so you know what, I'm just gonna go without it. The light up feature basically is his chest lights up blue and his eye lights up. That's about it. That's the extent of the light up feature. So yeah, this is Legion, this is him. This is the Geth, the individualistic Geth that joins Shepard's crew in Mass Effect 2. Mass Effect 3, did he join? No. That's the shitty part of Mass Effect 3. Legion doesn't really join your crew. He's like in the background helping, and then he just flat out dies, which is dumb. I mean, they could have expanded his character just a bit more. I don't mind him dying, I just didn't like how he was just a side mission in the whole game. But yeah, that's him. You know what? I think I need to review or maybe take a look at some of the material he comes with, because he's pretty interesting, some of the material ThreeZero uses. So maybe let's take a closer look at this figure. Yup. So here's a more close-up look of Legion himself with a little better lighting, hopefully. A little better focusing as well. So you can see his guts in there, his Geth guts. This part lights up, especially his eyes lights up. They both light up. And the way that happens is you stick batteries into his chest here. I don't know if there's an on and off switch. I haven't really seen it. I don't know if there's like a button or something. So yeah, it snaps in quite firmly. His skin is a weird latex material, some silicone material. It's pretty sturdy, so you don't have to worry about it tearing or being all sticky. I think this will stand the test of time. There's the green fucking pegs. They decided to put it on this figure, and as you can see, it is so short that it can't even cover it. That annoyed me, because when you have him holding the gun, you'll see it. There's no way to not see it. There's no way to cover it either, so there you go. Yeah, and his head articulation is only one way, which is side to side, and his hood is made out of this flexible material. I guess it's to maintain that form and not break away from it, so it looks seamless when you have it. But when you this thing sucks, because when you do this, like when you want to, it's not uniform to his eyes. So you can truly only have him in one stance, which is like this. Okay, so that's his antenna. You just stick it in, easy 1, 2, 3. Yeah, I mean, this part is another level. It's awesome. When you go down, you start to see like a little laziness from ThreeZero. Like, this is like, it doesn't look nice. I mean, it looks weird. I wish this was more like you know, separate pieces going like that, but this is actually molded into his thigh. Yeah, got some hosies. Got his big old weird feet with weird separate toe. Yeah, got some horse leg action, I guess. It's horse thighs. I mean, they're supposed to represent the same anatomy or body structure as the, what do you call them? The creators. Oh man, what are they called? Okay, I don't know what they're called. The people in the mask. Talizora's people. So yeah, so this is his armor. He fished out of the Normandy's crash site where Shepard died. I don't really understand how that happened, like how he ended up there, and you know, he doesn't really explain it in Mass Effect 2 either. Like he just showed up with Shepard's armor. Oh well. So yeah, this is him. A close-up of Legion from ThreeZero. You know, for all the gripes I have about him, he's a pretty old figure, so I could excuse some of the imperfections, some of the weird tooling. And if you're a Mass Effect fan, you know, why not? Just get him. Because this is, aside from him, there's another one, there's Shepard. So you can see here, the ThreeZero Shepard. I would avoid that Shepard because I've seen reviews and news that his armor gets sticky over time. And he doesn't come with a face sculpt. Only the exclusive one comes with a face sculpt, which is kind of a shitty thing to do, really. So I stay away from that one. Unless I can find him for stupid cheap, I'll get him. But for now, I'll stay away from that particular figure. So let's take a look at him with the Black Widow. Okay, Legion?
There is a high statistical probability of death by gunshot.
So here he is holding the exclusive Black Widow weapon. This is the only pose you can get him in with this weapon. I tried to have him in more dynamic poses, but there is no way. I don't really know how. I'm not gonna say I suck at posing. I think I'm pretty good at posing, but this guy is pretty limited in articulation. Granted, because he has this weird material like the silicone and all that. And again, he's a pretty old figure. I mean, he came out when they didn't really define, re-engineer the whole articulation of a figure. This is a time where all figures had the same basic articulation. So, you know what? I guess I'm okay with it. So here he is, with his little favorite sniper gun. Let's take one final close look at him and stick him in the shelf. So here's a last look, last close-up of Legion himself. If you guys want any more detailed look, and you know, if you wish to purchase this 1/6 scale figure for yourself to add it to your Mass Effect collection, take a low pan here of the gun. So in some aspects he is detailed really nice. I mean, especially that gigantic hole in his chest. I mean, if it lights up, I'm pretty sure it'll look 10 times good. So you got him holding the Black Widow. I like to put all the accessories on the figure if I can, because I don't like storing away some accessories. If I have a chance to load it up, I would. Except for the display. If it comes with a display stand, I never put display stands because I hate display stands. They're just really ugly. And it takes up so much room. It distracts from the main figure. So that being said, let's take another gander at his back with his hosey hose. I mean, for what it's worth, you know, you don't really get stuff like this from Hot Toys, like the detail work. So you can see he's got some wear and tear. You can see he's been through quite a bit of a journey. And yeah, you can see that obviously because there's a gigantic hole in his chest. So yeah, this is Legion from Mass Effect 3. I would highly recommend it. Given my gripes, I still like this figure. It is a handsome figure. And is a very sympathized character. You do feel sorry for him at some points because he's like a confused kid most of the time. Because the Geth, okay, a little lore here. The Geth didn't choose to be evil. the Geth were just trying to defend themselves from the Quarians. But, you know, that's how it goes, I guess. So this is Legion. This is him. Let's stick him on the shelf. So this is where I chose to stick him, on the bottom shelf, next to Subject Delta, Astronaut, and Dr. Cube. Usually the bottom shelves in my collection is just a hodgepodge of different stuff. But yeah, this is where he'll stay. Got a little sister here too. Also from 3A, So that's my review of Legion from Mass Effect 3. Now the real question is,
Does this unit have a soul?
I'll let you guys decide. Go get him.